comes over, instead of pushing the little doorbell button, they're going to be pushing it. I hold the screen up with the doorbell camera on it. They're going to be pushing our doorbell camera. If your buddy who comes over twice a week pushes our doorbell camera all of a sudden, you don't think he's going to ask you about it? All of a sudden you have this brand new doorbell camera on your house that he's come to twice a day or twice a week for the last 10 years. Of course he's going to ask you about it. That's why we want your home. And when you can create that illustration for someone and it makes sense to them, they will start to shake their head. And be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, perfect. And when they say things like that, that's another key factor. Can we listen and be trying to think about what to say next? No, we actually can't. So that's proven. Like as far as multitasking, that's actually not a thing. Okay? We only can process that one thing at a time. So we have to slow down and we have to be mindful. Now for you rookies, what is one of the first sentences out of your mouth? What should it be? Super new. Cam. Hey, I'm super new at this. Why do we want to say that?
Disarming.
Super disarming. If the guy knows you're not an expert, he doesn't expect a bunch of expert information. He just sees a kid that's out here freaking hustling in this heat, and he's going to be a lot more remorseful, and he's going to be a lot more forgiving. Okay? So, if you're not saying that because you think you're hot stuff, that's fine. You can go that route, but I promise you, you will get a lot more conversations. Yesterday, who felt like they got nowhere with anybody? Just kind of knocking doors yesterday. Okay. I would put a hefty wager if you recorded every interaction, I bet you might have said that once or twice. But if you will say that at every single door, you will start to have more interactions with people. Okay? People are empathetic, they're sympathetic towards you, and they truthfully want to help. Last week, a couple of you guys had posted, Lamont, you had a lady who's going to shut the door on you, and what'd you say?
Hey, I was just going to see if you could help me out real quick.
Boom, just like that. Genuinely, people want to help. It's first nature, not second nature, it's first nature. You see, like when you pass someone on the highway and you're driving, what's your first inclination? Oh, that sucks. Like, dang. And then you just go past them. Because you're a jerk. Okay.
You can't park here.
But your first...
Go park there.
Yeah, park there. No, so it truthfully is. Like, our first inclination is to help, and people want to help you guys. Okay? So, second thing and third thing, and then we're going to be done. What time's meeting? 1 right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
1-on-1, so if anyone comes in, you're -3.
-3. Is anybody here?
Everyone
Everyone looks like they're here. So, second and third thing, and then we're going to... Are we watching the podcast? Yeah. I'll give him clip notes first. You can send it out. So, second and third thing. This is just like a play. You have your first act, your second act, and your closing act. Okay? And then, ironically enough, they call it a closing act, and so do we. Because the first act is your pitch and approach and transition into the home. Your second act is going to be your walkthrough, build value, solidify, and then your third act is the closing act. And what do we do with them? Close them. Okay? We close them. You need to study that guide. There are several closes. You have the parachute close. You have the Benjamin Franklin close. You have the hard close. You have the question close. The competition close. One of my favorites. If you're not, hey, I know you're crazy busy, but we have a huge competition going on right now, and I hate to lose. I don't know about you. Oh yeah, I hate losing too. Okay, cool. You can help me out, okay? You might use that at the end. If you're not using it at the beginning on your pitch, you might use that at the end. Well, hey, at the end of the day, I don't know how you are about like board games and stuff like that, and get people again on your team and be competitive. Hey, we have a competition right now. It's 3 teams. It's 3 people teams in the whole office. And right now, like, we're neck and neck, and I hate losing. Get people to be sympathetic towards that, and they will get on your team. We have had guys...
They'll do late installs, too.
They'll do late installs for you. We have had a lot of customers do some crazy stuff for customers. Like, they've driven our reps to their mom's house to sign them up. Like, okay, hey, look, you know anybody we can go sign up right now? I'll give you $200 to go get a freaking deal. They'll freaking drive them to their mom's house and sign them up, okay? So get people on your side. It's also way more fun. It's way more fun when you're like being competitive with the customer and like they're helping you out, and who doesn't love getting driven to another customer's home and signing them up? That would be amazing. Yeah, Max loves that, okay? So remember that today, your primary act is the pitch, transition. Inside the home is your second act, is gonna be build value and how the benefits apply to them, and your third act is to close them, okay? If you're not familiar with Copilot, what should you be doing?
Practicing Copilot.
Test customers. Like, hey, can I sign you up? Hey, Zach, hey, Johnny, hey, let me sign you up. Okay, perfect. And your birthday is? Okay, your this is. I know it might seem strange, but literally how you ask these customers the questions will be the determining factor of whether they give you the answer. So when you think, well, I'm just getting their birthday. No, that's not it, guys. You're diving into people's personal life and information. And if you do not ask with confidence and collectivity of like everything in the sales process, I promise you will get shut down, okay? You have to practice those things seamlessly so that they feel confident enough to give you their checking. Bro, they just met Johnny 20 minutes ago, and then all of a sudden they're giving this strange kid from who knows where, Carolina, their checking account information. That's crazy. But we have to be trained and we have to be professional enough that they don't think twice about it. As soon as they start thinking about it, then I get a call like I get from Caleb's customers. You know what I mean? And they're like, what do you got this kid out here doing? No, that doesn't happen this year. So anyway, let's get freaking numbers. Who's up?
I'll do Gladiator games real quick. Kyle, Mike P, and Chase, you guys got one for the belt. Installs only. Don't tell me about it. It did not get installed. If you sold it yesterday, you only report it once it gets installed. So if it's scheduled out on Wednesday, when it gets installed Wednesday, Thursday morning, you report those points. So Kyle, how many points did you get?
11.
11,
Including the 1 point?
Mike,
No.
and then Chase.
No.
Okay. So figure out with your team.
So calculate your points right now. Tell me. I'm gonna. As you go.
12. Nate, how many did your team get?
I had.
Installed?
3,
I think it's almost just like 4 cameras.
9.
But it's
Alright, how many segments did you
right
get?
now?
Or what?
I got 9. I think Cam got 4.
So it's 6.
I have a 6.
And what's it? 5. So total we had 13 including the belt.
Ron.
I got a same day.
Finance?
No, after 8. And then he got 5. And it's fine.
Yeah, it's gonna, yeah.
Nope. That's what you said, dude. So 5 points?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you guys got the belt, so 6?
6.
We won the 4 games. I got
Alright.
4.
Maddie, Sebastian, Cooper.
Cooper got his same.
Cooper had 8 points.
And then you guys got belts and then belts.
Corey's team. Corey, Robbie, Patrick. You guys have belts?
When you won the Gladiator.
No belt? Ooh.
Wait, what happened? Wait, no, we had belts.
You had a belt.
Yeah, all 3 of us had belts. Oh, yeah, we all 3 had belts.
Caleb, Colin, Khalid.
Yeah, we all have belts. Can they do it with belts? Plus 8.
Oh, the radio. Alex, Matt, Binks.
I want to say 29.
Alright, let's do that math. So you want 8 for the Gladiator
He got
game?
a belt. He got a
That's
same
9.
day. He got a same day finance after 8.
That's another 8. So
Oh, it's
17.
finance too, huh?
Yeah, that's
10,
8.
huh?
That's 8.
And then I got one before 4.
17.
And then I
That's
got
5.
one. Normal same day.
23. 26.
26, alright.
Woo! Go. Double everyone else. Lamont, Cooper B, Michael B.
We've got 6.
Zach, Ramon.
We got a regular, and a belt. So 5.
Okay,
5
7.
is the same day, right?
Before 4, after 5. Or after 8 is 5 points. Regular is 3 points.
Regular is 3 points?
Yeah.
Okay, so regular and a
Was
belt.
it finance?
Yeah.
Grady, Colton, Johan.
Said they don't.
I didn't get into it.
You said they
There you
don't.
go. 0.
Alright, phase on. Nate, numbers.
Tell Patrick
Yeah.
send it to.
Yesterday 2, need another 2.
Did we win?
2 snaps.
Okay, you smoked it. Alex, Matt, and Chase are the winner of the Gladiator game. No, Alex, Matt, and Binks.
Let's go, thanks.
1 snap.
Kyle. 3-2.
Nice.
3 snaps. Lamont.
0-2.
Yeah.
Mike.
Does everybody have their account?
0-2.
Caleb.
0-1.
Zach.
Bagel 2.
Do you
Corey.
have your account made for Evo Bucks or no?
Cooper.
1-1.
Nice.
1 snap. Alex.
Really quick, hang on 1 second, John. Raise your hand if you do not have your Award Co account set up.
Mine just doesn't work.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I was doing it before now.
I don't know the password. Yeah, it's the Evo store. Okay. If you don't have it, okay, you need to text your full name, phone number, and email to Brad Alphin. If you don't have Brad Alphin's number, your manager sucks. Okay. And they need to get a helpline. So.
You should all have help.
I'm not saying they don't. I'm just saying if they don't.
I got like a longer eye contact with
Brad, who's that? Full name, email, phone number. Okay, Brad Alphin, and say, can I please get my Award Co account set up?
So,
417-592.
previous points before you create your account, they're already in there. So when you log in, all the old points will be in there.
I have no idea. I don't have any.
Should have had that bad boy set up earlier.
Yeah, should
Yeah.
have had.
Well, I
Okay,
was
keep going.
using mine as a savings
Alex.
account.
Your phone number.
So,
2-2. 2 snaps. Grady.
Oh, 1-2.
1 snap. Maddie.
0-1.
Let's go.
Colton.
Let's go.
Big 1.
Let's go.
Cam.
1-2.
1 snap.
That's my
Mike
teammate.
B.
Let's go.
Colin.
Good job on numbers, Faison.
Keith.
Big 1.
Let's go.
Ronnie.
0-1.
Brian.
1-1.
1 snap.
Where's Colin?
Matt.
1-2.
1 snap. Ramon.
1-3.
1 snap. Robbie.
Big 2.
Sebastian.
Big 1.
Wayne.
Big 1.
You know that one?
Johnny.
Big 1.
Johan.
Big 1. Wait,
Chase.
Big 1.
Come on, fellas.
Michael.
Big 1.
Khalid. 1 snap.
He sells
Patrick.
outside of
0-1. Cooper.
1-1.
1 snap.
Let's go.
Zach Binks.
0-1.
Sales ruled by Chase.
Cool, about to blow up on me. You're not messing with me.
Chase?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, okay. I didn't see where you were. Got it. Then,
So, just had it. You should never secure a customer that plans on moving within 1 year of installation. Any customer that moves before the February reconciliation will result in a $250 fee. Regardless of the situation, keep in mind customers may not communicate their intention to move, but the cost and loss associated with this type of customer is incurred nonetheless. If customer is reinstalled during season, old account will be canceled and new account will be paid on.
it's a good cell phone.
Wow.
Especially when we're talking about
Really?
Nice.
That's beautiful. So real quick, just do a little math. So how much do you get paid average on an account?
$300. Well, 300 is supposed to be.
450.
I love that answer.
450.
I'm not saying.
Yeah.
300 and 600.
Yeah, 450 to 650, right?
Yep.
1400 if you're wrong. Okay. So if it costs you 250, what's the return on that?
A lot more than that. It's more than 250, that's for sure.
That's over 100% return.
Yeah.
Okay. You're not going to do that in the stock market. You're not going to do that day trading. You're not going to do that in real estate. Okay. So that's. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys.
It's profit for sure. Just
What I mean by that is full set.
sign it up.
You feel me?
I feel you.
All right.
Because if they don't move, you get to keep all your monies.
And if they do move,
Then you still
you
make
only
money.
get 250 ripped out of your hand that wasn't yours in the first place. So
Alright, Michael's got the thoughts.
full set.
The bad news is time flies. The good news is you're the pilot.
I like that. Alright, Malik, what are you thankful for?
Better be fetching me.
Speak up. I'm thankful for my parents, they made me the man I am today. I'm also thankful for all the guys that helped me get set up here, that brought me out here.
Yes.
And I'm also thankful for the trainers that's helping us rookies to get us to where we want to be. And I'm thankful for Dan to help me make this happen.
There you go. Thank you. 2 hours of my life yesterday.
Was it really?
Did it talk to sign language Mexican deal or?
Pretty close.
We don't do pitch.
That was great. I love it.
I want to hear Patrick. That's how I'm off the hook. Let's hear it. Let's hear it, Patrick.
Yeah, I'll be your customer, Matt. Alright.
You gotta hear this up.
Hey, what's that's a bowl that'll lay down.
I've never heard of those.
Spin the flash mob as well.
Oh, yeah.
Sebastian, can you do pros and cons?
Well, it was supposed to be something else.
I drink too much caffeine.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, how you doing, man? You the boss around here?
I am. What can I do for you?
Perfect. My name's Patrick. I'm with ADT. I was actually just working with your neighbor Kathleen over there. She's been here around 50 years. You think you got her beat?
No, dude, I ain't even 50.
I hear you.
How old do you think I am?
So what we're doing today is actually a little bit different. I'm with advertising and marketing, and what we're doing is if you keep the blue sign in your front yard, we come in and cover the upfront cost of installation and pay for 2 cameras of your choice. So I'm sure with all the craziness going on in the neighborhood, I'm sure you've looked into cameras doing.
For sure, yeah. Yeah, we just bought some. I just haven't put them up. I haven't had time.
Is there any specific reason that comes to mind why you haven't put them up yet?
Just time.
Just time?
Yeah, just way busy.
Yeah, that's
I'm always gone and stuff.
Yeah, that's actually something that we help out with. We save money, time, and hassle. So we do same day installation, and we cover all the installation fees and activation. So we come in and we can actually get you set up in an hour, and you'd be in bed watching your cameras tonight.
This guy was trained by Caleb for sure. That was great. That was good. Hey, what I love about this, honestly, is your eye contact. Like, that's extremely important when you're pitching people, is to make sure that you're looking at them. Like, they will focus on you if you're focusing on them. But what do we do a lot of times?
Look around.
We're kind of flustered. We might be flustered, things like that. But even though you're brand new, like, I love that. Honestly, like, I could not look at you. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, he's looking at me, I need to look at him. I love that. You want to come check out my rock collection?
Yeah, of course.
Any cons?
Sebastian has the pros and cons.
Yeah, so you name drop, you're making jokes, like you're getting comfortable with them, that's super important. I feel like you didn't give the reason for the reason. So like you were saying, like, oh, the neighbors are looking at cameras, but you got to give the reason for the reason. Like there's a lot of turnover happening, or I know you said like the craziness going on, but if you just brush over that, it'll just like go one ear after the other.
Yeah, be a little more specific.
More specific.
Yeah.
Like craziness going on, like, you know, your neighbor Kelly had her car stolen last year. It makes it more like personable and like in their area. But you're super assumptive, right? And you brought up money, time, and hassle, which is awesome. And you had the little one-liner about you're going to be in bed watching your cameras. People love that. The only thing I would say is you were saying a lot. So just practice on making it smoother. But other than that, like, yeah, pretty solid, man.
My con, honestly, guys, would just be that you carefully set up good expectations. So an hour for an install is not a thing anymore. The alarm, the alarm portion they could probably do in about an hour. But then if you're doing cameras, they have to set up a Google Home account, which that process takes like 15 to 20 minutes by itself to like go through the app. And then each camera, once they get it on their Wi-Fi, has to do a firmware update. And each camera can take anywhere from 15 minutes to 30 minutes. So if you do 4 cameras, that's about an hour.
That's a whole lot of time.
Just so that you don't get any upset customers. You know what I mean? So it's quick and easy, and it's going to be quicker than you having to do it. That's what I'll always say, and that's fact. So,
hey, just one or two things real quick. So,
The next thing after Gladiator games is gonna be the Derby.
Daddy.
And,
This is important, this announcement though.
Debbie.
Exactly. The seating for the Derby is gonna be from June 4th.
25th. So it's Sunday 25th. So Dan's gonna explain a bit about the Derby, but it is like probably up there with Gladiator games and Top Shot. Like
Yeah.
it's sick.
Yeah, normally what we do is, we start Top Shot the last 2 weeks of the Derby because it's just like a bracket, like a March Madness bracket style. And so there is a double elimination. So if you get knocked out of your first round, you'll go down to the loser's bracket. And we've had twice now in the last 5 years, a loser has come back and won the entire thing. Now the only difference is down in the loser's bracket, you do not win any of the prizes. You just move on. They're typically one-day competitions to move through the loser's bracket. But the winner's brackets, going through there, every time you get through a bracket, you get a different prize. And they'll be announcing the prizes here pretty soon, but they've had, cruises that you can win, Segways, the scooters. I won a massage chair was one of them, like $3,000 massage chair.
So what's the seating? What is the seating mean?
Well, the seating is just like any other sporting event. Your seating over the next 20 days, roughly, is going to determine your seating. How the seating works is if you're up against a 2 seed and you're a 10 seed, you can't tie that seed. You have to outsell them in MMR. So this year we added financing, so that's a new concept to the competition, but you're going to have to outsell them in MMR. So you might even sell less than them, but if you can outsell them in MMR, so it's definitely, Brady Dayton is definitely going to get a run for its money this year. Normally Brady Dayton is free, like, oh, you want, you get all for the price. Great, Brady, I love you. But this year it is going to be different because Brady Dayton doesn't like to finance. He's kind of an old dog, he kind of set in his ways, so for you veterans, this would definitely be the year to get them. Hi, how are you? RBF.
Good morning. Who's taking this down?
We're gonna see them. Manager override. Manager override.
that does not work.
That's why, believe it or not, if she gets to be manager, it does.
Yeah.
Hey, do you want to do Gladiator games before we go over the finance training really quick? Or do you want to do finance training and Gladiator games?